Hi everyone, I am Hemant Kumar Arya and today I am submitting my project on machine learning using Python. This is my assignment for online course Sky-Fi Labs. I have completed my course and for that I am submitting my assignment. So my aim is predicting house prices in Boston and I am using dataset is Boston house prices and my target is predict Boston house prices through linear regression. I am using the following library, the matplotlib for the plotting the charts and graphs, and scikit-learn is a library which is consist of uh, pre-built machine learning algorithm, and I am using it for importing the machine learning data set Boston House and Boston House price, and NumPy is the library which is used for the calculating and computing the mathematical expressions and arrays and multidimensional arrays, and Panda is the library which is used for describing the data sets and tables. First, we have to understand the types of machine learning. Here we have only three types: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Supervised learning, we have the type regression, which we have to read in this assignment, and this is our algorithm, the linear regression algorithm, which we have to use in my program. So this is my program developed by Hemant Kumar, and this is used the dataset Boston House Price dataset. This machine learning using Python course is issued by Sky-Fi Labs. So first we have to import the all libraries NumPy with alias name NP and Pandas with alias name PD and Matplot and matplot.pyplot as alias name MPL and PLT. Then we have to import the sklearn dataset from sklearn dataset and sklearn.matrix and the following modules: load Boston, mean squared error, train test split, and mean max scalar. Load Boston is the module which load the Boston dataset, and mean squared error is the module which calculate the mean squared error, and train test split is the module which split the dataset into into two parts: tests data and train data, and mean max scalar is used for scaling the data. So first step is processing the data. So first we have to fetch the data in Boston variable. We can see that we have fetched the data in Boston by this command, and then describe the Boston data. So we have seen that this is our data, and we can see that there is fully described. So then our next is extract the features into the feature variable and load the all features from the Boston data in the features. So we can see the features is here, the first 5 rows are shown here. Same, we have to fetch the target of the Boston into the target variable by pandas data frame, and this is first 5 rows of the target we can see, and then concat it all in one data frame. We can see the features and target in all in df data frame by pandas library concat. So this is our df data, this is df data set which is a data frame. So the next is convert the all values in two decimal places. So here we can see that the decimal places are very high. In few the decimal places are 4 and 5. So we have to convert the all decimal places in two decimal places by this round off. This round function round the all decimal places in two decimal places. Then we have to find the correlations between the attributes and target. So we have to find which column, which attribute is highly correlated with target. So first we have to find the correlations. So here we can see the correlations are zipped in the correlations, and the features are zipped in the list L, and then we have to sort it in the increasing order, sorry, in decreasing order by this function, the sort function, and reverse is true. Then we have to unzip it in the course and label variable. So course is the correlations which have the data something like that you can see, and the labels is that another variable which have the data like something like that. There we can see the labels are there, the attribute names are there, and then we have to arrange the labels in the numpy array form in the index, by which we can plot the graph between correlation and attributes. So hence we plot the graph between the correlations and attributes. Here we can see that these are the columns attributes, everything you can see, and these are the correlation values. So we can see that Aristat is very high correlated with the our target. So in this program we use LSTAT because it is very high correlated with our target. So it gives very least error in our machine learning algorithm. So we use LSTAT attribute. Then next step is normalization. In this step we scale our data into the another variable. So there we can see we fetch the all values of LSTAT into the X, and same fetch all the values of the target in Y, and then we have import the min max scalar object into X scalar and Y scalar. Then we feed then we feed the variable X into it, and then scale the data in form X and Y, and then we have removed the extra dimension from it. We can see in this line in the cells, and then I printed the size of the X and Y, which is rescaled, which is scaled, and then we see the splitting data into training set and testing set. So I have created the slide. The splitting data is shown like that. We have to first create the data something like that, and then split into the training data and test data. Training data is included for the training our model, and test data is used for the testing our data set, that is where how is our model is getting accuracy. So first we have to understand the linear equation of the line. So y is equals to mx plus c. This is a normal equation of line we have to use in machine learning algorithm, and c is the y-intercept and m is the gradient of the line, which is also known as the slope of the line. So next slide is the mean squared error. Mean squared error is show the errors we have to get in our machine learning algorithm. So here is our actual value of the y and predicted value of the y denoted by y cap, and then we have to calculate its difference and square, and then we have to calculate the average. It's called mean squared error. And then we have to read the gradient descent function, and the gradient descent function is shown like that by this graph. So the y-axis shows the cost function and the x-axis shows the weight. So we have to minimize our cost function, by which our algorithm goes very high accuracy. So we have to you can see by the example of the ball, we have to achieve this ball in the global minimum or local minimum position, by which our algorithm goes to very high accuracy. In this program I have made the error function, the mean squared error function or cost function, and the update function which update the values of m and c. M and c are the intercept and the gradient of the line, and the gradient descent function is shown here, which is accept these parameters and returns the mc error values, mc values, and then we have to calculate the value of m and c for y is equals to mx plus c. So here the time function is used. The time is time is to denote how many time it takes. Then we have to initialize the values for initial value of m and c, and learning rate, iterations, how much iteration it goes, and error threshold, and mc error values, mc values, and these values are fetched by this function gradient descent, and we have passed the all parameters into this, and then we have to get the m and c and error values and mc values. And here I have print the values of m and c, the slope and the y-intercept, and then I have plotted the graph between test prices and predicted prices. So test prices is also our actual prices, and predicted prices are the prices which is predicted by our machine learning algorithm. So we can see that the blue dots are shown here for the actual prices, and the red line is shown for the predicted prices. So we have got an high accuracy. So by you can see also that this algorithm is only used for the linear data, is used only for linear data, not for classification problem. And plot the graph between error and iteration. I have plotted the graph between error and iterations. So the y-axis shows the errors and the x-axis shows the iterations. Here we can say that the when we increase the iteration, then the errors goes very reduced, but after some time the error is goes to very constant and parallel to the iterations. Then we have calculated the predicted price, and then calculate the mean squared error. Here we can see the mean squared error is here, and then rescale the all data into its previous form, because we have rescaled, because we have scaled the data by mean max scalar. Then now we have to inverse the process and rescale data into its previous form, by which we can see the prices and actual prices and predicted prices. Then put it all in one data frame for analysis, and we have put the all the data into one data frame. You can see x and test prices and predicted prices. Okay, next we have to round the decimal values, and then I have showed the data here. So we can see that the test prices and predicted prices are shown here, and they are very close to each other. You can see that 28 and 31 very close to each other. So our machine learning algorithm approaches the very high accuracy. So we can also change our attributes and features, you can say, because you can say that the arrestat is very high correlated with our target. Then we have got the very high value, high accuracy in our algorithm. So we can also use the RM, but it goes very because it's very correlated with very low correlated with our target label. So we can also use RM, but it goes to give some errors in it algorithm. So first we have to check. So we can write here the RM attribute, and then run the all cell below. Okay, run all cell below. Then these cells are running. Okay, and these cells are running. Here we can see that. So here we can see that the line is also going very sharp, and the direction of the our data, so it indicating the accuracy of our algorithm. And this is our graph, which is also similar like the its previous, but we can, you can say that the after that it is goes to constant, but in our previous it goes from here, and the error is 0.03, and it is increases from the previous value. The mean square error is increases because the RM is very low correlated with our target than LSTAT. So we have seen that everything here, that how machine learning algorithms work, and linear regression and gradient descent function. So this is all about my project and assignment for Skyfi Labs. So thanks